So today we are discussing the most important and frequently asked SQL interview questions in the top companies. So just I have made some research regarding the queries and the most frequently asked questions in a top company like Amazon, Microsoft, Uber, next PayPal, Google, Walmart, and many more companies I have discussed today regarding the SQL interview questions. So meanwhile, you can learn many questions, but here the most frequently asked the questions and most repeated questions with the answers we are discussing today. Okay, it is the class.
Are you ready?
Good morning, students. Welcome back to our channel, Subhashini at the Tech Card. Today, we are discussing a very most important topics in SQL. Okay. Do you know what I'm discussing today? Today, I'm discussing a most frequently asked SQL interview questions in top companies. I have considered some top companies like Amazon, Microsoft, okay, Uber, okay, PayPal, next Google, even Walmart and Meta and some other most important top companies I have taken today. This is very important to know, especially what are the SQL interview questions they are asking itself. Maybe many questions are repeated, but the questions will be asked by the top companies is very important who want to crack SQL interview. Okay. So today let us discuss this topic first. The first company question I'm discussing is top 25 SQL interview questions. Okay. First, find the duplicate records in a table. So here I'm not taking any particular table. I'm discussing general topic, that is general columns or general tables. So I'm not taking like employee like that. So I'm taking like column 1, column 2 and the table. So that if they ask for the particular database, there you can add the database name and the column names. Okay. That's why I'm discussing like a syntax for this query. Okay. So if they ask to find the duplicate records, then select column 1 or column 2 and count the multiple records. So this concept is to count the multiple records from the table. Okay. Now group by column, any column. Okay. After that, have the count which is greater than 1. So if you group by column and the column is repeated number of times, then nothing but you're finding the duplicate records in the database. So this question is asked by the Amazon as an interview of SQL. Okay. Now let us go for the next question. The next question is to retrieve the second highest salary from the employee table. This question, I say particularly, you just make it habit to retrieve the second highest salary, third highest salary, because this is the most very important question. As when I'm researching the multiple questions for the interview, I found this question many times in the interview. Okay, that's why I'm asking you, please learn this question. Now, select the maximum salary as here as the second highest salary. This is column alias. You need to explain this one. So this is the column alias and max is a predefined function which finds the highest salary. Okay. Now, so select max salary from the employee. Here specially they asked for the employee table. So I'm writing as employee, where salary is less than the select max of the salary from the again employee. Here you get the first maximum salary and again I'm finding the second maximum salary. So like this we can find the second highest salary from the employee table. Okay. Suppose this question is asked for the minimum, that is least salary. Simply instead of max, go for minimum. Instead of the less than symbol, use the greater than symbol. This is my best suggestion for you, so that you can get the second lowest salary of the employee table also. And this question is asked many times by the Microsoft company. And this question is not only for the second or third, maximum if they ask for to find the max number of highest salaries also, this is the concept. Okay. Now let us go for the another question. Another question is to find the employees without department. So here I have used the left join. Okay. So to find the department, that is to find the employees of the department, but you should not mention the department. So select, here I have used the left join. I'm using the concept of the join from the employee, and here I have used as E. If you are using like this is called as self join. Okay. If you are using like this is called as self join or inner join also. When we are using some database or some the column, okay, or column or any table, and before that, if you write, it is followed by something like this, we call it as a self join or the inner join. Okay. So employee as E and employee department as the D. E dot department ID equals to D dot department ID, where department ID is null. If you get the department ID is null, is nothing but the employees who are not taken the department or the employees who not allotted the department is considered as the is null. Okay. So here I have used the predefined one, that is null. I think you have understood. What's the question here? The employees without the department is there in the database, then find out that list. Okay. Here, as I'm using the left join, so and particular they have asked to use the left join also. So I have written like left join. Okay. And this question is specially asked in the Uber. Okay. Now let us go for the next one. Calculate the total revenue per product. Okay. So select the product ID and quantity into price. So it is nothing but there is no column as total revenue. We have to understand that there is no column as the total revenue. If while you are attending the interview and they provide the column names, it will be very easy for you. But if they are not providing the column names, assume that there is no column name as the revenue. So you need to calculate it. So it's a simple one. Select product ID and quantity into price is nothing but our total revenue. So I have used, and they asked for the total. So I have used the function as sum. Sum quantity into price gives the actual the amount of, okay, or price of the revenues, and adding complete it using the sum, then we'll get the total revenue. So this is most important here, the function or the formula, whatever you think. So the formula to find the total revenue. So if you are writing like some quantity into price, it will provide like some quantity into price as our column heading. So here again, I'm using a column alias from sales. So this is the concept of using column alias. Okay. So just writing the query is not most important. Explaining the query is also very important. That's why just assume and try to understand what, where and how we have used this one. Okay. Here the thing is, this is calculation as this total revenue we have written. So if you write like total revenue, then we got like column alias from the sales, that is the database, and we made as group by ID so that they ask like per product. That's why we made it as a group by ID. Okay. So this is how we can calculate the total revenue, and this question is particularly asked in this company. Okay. Next question. The next question here we are discussing about the top 3 highest paid employee salaries. Okay. Those who have paid, we just paid it. So it's a simple question. We write like top 3 from the employee order by the salary using the descending order. So here I have used simply like top 3. Okay. And this question is asked in the Google. Suppose if they insist not to use this function of top 3, then go for the maximum salary, which I have discussed before. Okay. So how to find the top 3 highest salary? Write max salary in the subquery. Less than, select max salary. Again, one more subquery, select the max salary. Then you get the top 3 max salary also. Okay. But there is a special top 3 here. So we can write like top 3 star from the employee order by the salary using the descending order. Okay. Now, next one. Next question is customers who made the purchases but never returned their products. Okay. Particularly the customers who made the purchases and then never returned these products. Here we make like one joint concept again. So distinct, you divide it like customer ID from the customer. Okay. Order on customer ID equals to order ID. So there are 2 databases we are using. One is the customer, okay, and one more is the order. Here, maybe I assume that there will be a customer ID column in every database. So, customer ID of the customer and customer ID of the order. Okay. If these two matches, then automatically we get like who purchased the customer list of the purchased. Next, find it the not in the customer ID from the returns. Then we get the customers who made the purchases but never returned the product. When we get the queries like this, just assume that there are two databases. One is customer, next one is the order. In these two databases, maybe there is a customer ID and the customer, and it should be there. Suppose it is not there, you can make it as a temporary column and you can find this, okay? And not in the select customer ID from the returns database, okay? So the ID which is not in the returns database has to be matched in the customer database and the order database. Because if it is matches in the customer database, it's nothing but the customer had purchased the order. And if you find it in the order also, then we can confirm that that customer has made one order. And which is not there in the written concept is nothing but the customer who did purchased but never returned the product. Like this, you need to assume the query and you have to write. Okay. Now, let us go for the next one. And this question is particularly asked in the company. Okay. Let us see, that is Walmart. Now, we will go for the next question. Show the count of orders per customer. So, how much order of the customer we are getting? It's a simple question. Customer ID count as order count from the order. It's very simple question. Okay. No twist in it. Just make it as a group by customer ID. And this simple question I found at the Meta. So select customer ID. Count star indicates the count number of counts of the order as the order count from orders group by customer ID. If you don't write this column alias, whatever we have written the query will get as a column heading. So that's why we have to use the column alias concept everywhere. Okay. This question is asked in the Meta company. Let us go for the next question. The next question is again most important. Retrieve all the employees who joined in 2023. Okay. So retrieve all the employees who joined in 2023. This is the question. In this question, select star. So they said that all the employees, that's why we have written select star from employee. So retrieve all the employees. This is the query. After that, who joined in 2023? So we write like year. Year is the function where we get the year. Hire date equals to 2023. Okay, like this we can write it. It is asked in the Amazon company. One more thing is, suppose the year function sometimes if it won't works. If the SQL software which you have installed is not assume the year, then we can go for the date functions. Okay, the date function, how can we get the year? That is using day, using month also we get, and using year also we get. If you consider as a day, then you get the day of the date. Month means month of the month, and year is year of the year. Sometimes if it won't works, I have explained this in my short video. You can go for that. Even in this description, I will give that link also. Follow that one. It is very important. How can we get year, month and day without using the predefined, that is built-in functions? Okay, don't forget of watching that short video also. Okay, so here again I will write a note like note. Okay, go to short video where you can find the different models of finding date, month and year. Don't forget. Okay, it is very important to know that functions also. To crack the interview, it's very important, and I will give that in the description. I won't forget. I will 100% I will give the description so that you can get how can we use the date, month and year in different concepts. Okay. And let's go for the next question. The next question here is calculate the average order value per customer. So select the customer ID as the average. That is average function I am using. So total amount of the average as average order value from the order group by customer ID. Very simple. This question I got from the Microsoft company. So here the thing is the average total amount is necessary if there is no total amount as a column in the database, but the query differs. Suppose if it is no column, then average sum of total amount has to be written like this. If there is no column of total amount, then go for this formula. At first, find the sum of that sum, find out the average. Okay, rest of the things will be same. Next question. The next question is get the latest order placed by each customer. So we are going for this one. To find the latest order of the each customer, we can right like select the customer ID and the maximum orders done by the customer from the customer and group by the customer ID. This is the one of the concept. This query I have written as assuming that there is no ordered date in it. Okay. Then we can go for that like this. Instead, you can write like select customer ID. Okay. Because ID is necessary, customer name. Okay. Next, order date. Go for the order date if there is order date column. Okay. From order and group by customer ID. Okay. It will be also same. Group by customer ID and you can use the concept of limit 1. Okay, then we can go for the latest orders also. This is also one of the concept. Suppose if the database contains a particular records, that is the columns perfectly like customer ID. So all these are the assumes because they won't give the columns of the database. That's why. So customer ID and you get the order date also. Ordered date. Okay. And here we can write like max of the order date as latest order. As latest order. This one also we can write like this. Okay. So this is the concept. How can we find the order of each customer? So order date directly if it is the order date, then we can go for the order date. If it no order date, then go for the select customer ID of the order date from the order and group by the customer ID limit by 1. Okay, this is also one of the concept. You can use anything to get the latest order ID. All the things here goes on is just assuming the column names. Okay, now let us go for the next one. And this question is asked in the Uber. The next question I'm discussing about like find the products that were never sold out. Okay. So select, it is very simple. Go for the product ID. Here again, I'm using the left to join concept because without using the join concept, we can't get this one. From the product P and sales S. If the product ID equals to sales product and the product ID is null in the sales, then it is nothing but the product I never sold. Okay. So select product ID from the product and sales. And the product ID should be equal to the sales which is there. And if it is a null, then we can go for like the product is never sold. Okay, understood? Now, let us go. And one more thing, this question is specially asked in the Adobe. Okay, let us go for the next one, which is asked in the Walmart. So, identify the most selling product. Select top one, product ID, sum of the quantity, as they are asking like identify the most selling product, which is the total quantity. So if the product ID quantity we get as a total, it is nothing but the product as sold many times, right? That's why we have to write like sum of the quantity like total quantity. You have to find the total of the quantity from sale, group by the product ID and order by total quantity which is in the descending order. Then you get the topmost in the top order. Easily you can get most selling product. Okay. This question is asked in the Walmart. Next question. We go for the next interview question. That is get the total revenue and the number of orders per region. So select the region, sum total amount as a total revenue of course. Count star as a order count from the orders, group by region so that you will get number of orders per the region. So you have to make as a group by region. And this question is asked in the Meta. Okay, here, suppose if you don't found the region, it may be like place. You can go for anything which is related to the region, or go for the location. Okay, you can add this one. Maybe these field names may be there. Okay, only you have to note this one. Rest of the things will be same. So as they asked for the number of orders, I am finding the sum of the total amount as a total revenue. Okay. Now it is. Now the next question is, count how many customers placed more than 5 orders. Okay. So here select count star so that you get the number of counts as a customer count from. Select the customer ID from the orders so that you get the customer IDs at least, or you can write the customer name also, no problem. Group by customer ID. Here, only here you can add as customer name. But grouping by the name will be difficult because it may be repeated. So we can get the confusion. As assume that customer ID may be the primary key. So I'm taking group by the primary key having the count of greater than 5. Okay. Like this, we can go for how many customers placed more than the 5 orders. And this special question is asked in Amazon. Have you observed the Amazon company is asking maximum on the basis of the customer, because maybe it will be useful at the workstations also. Okay, so please note this one and observe this one. Let us go for the next question. Retrieve the customers with the orders above the average order value. Okay. At first they asked for the customers, so I have taken like select star from the orders without any particular column name. Simply I have written like select star from the orders where total amount, because we need the order value that is above the order average value. So total amount should be greater than a select average total amount from the order. Here you get the average and the total amount if there is a column of the total amount. Otherwise, again, you have to write like sum of the amounts. Then you get the total amount. So you need to write like sum of the amount to get the total amounts. Total amount. This is important. Only note this point. If there is a total amount column, it will be very easy. And this is a simple query to find the average order value. Okay. Next question. All the employees who are hired on the weekends. Okay. So to get the weekend, here we need to write like week data, comma, hire date, and it should be like Saturday and Sunday. Or particularly if they ask for any date also, you can go for that. Here you get the Saturday and Sunday. Here it asked in the Google. As I said before, observe the companies, how they are asking the questions. Okay. Especially I observed that at the Google, they asked on the, not on the related like columns, names, or the database. Every question is related like hiring the employees from the weekends, finding the maximum salary, how can we get the average? So depending upon this, not the question is directly from the columns. Observe that one and note it down. Okay. Now let us go for the next question. Next question is to find all the employee salaries rises between 1 lakh and above 50K. Okay. It's very simple. All the employees, so select star from employee where salary between 50 and 1 lakh. So instead of that, we can again write like salary. If they ask like to write sub-queries, so select star from employee, you can write both also. Employee, okay, where salary is greater than 50,000 and salary less than 1 lakh. Like this also you can write here one more zero. Okay. Otherwise, you can write one more thing. Select star from employee. If they want to use or ask about regarding the SQL operators, okay, then we can write like this. Select star from employee where salary greater than 50,000, okay, union by using the SQL operator. This is how we can write. Select star from employee where salary less than 1 lakh. Like this, we can write many options like queries. Okay. So this is the simple way, of course, to write the between it. So I guess maybe the question is asked again like this. So I'm giving some more queries for this question also. Now let us go for the next question. That is, get the monthly salary revenue order by count. Select, okay, as they ask for the monthly salary, I'm using the format date of YYY and MM. If you write like MM, you get the month, okay, and asked about the sales revenue. So for the sales revenue, you need to find the sum. So sum amount as total revenue, okay, count by the order ID as the order count, and group by again from the date of MM. Okay, if you want here, you can write the select statement also for this, because without writing the select statement, we can't group by. So from select, start from, otherwise simply group by the date also we can write here. Okay, instead of writing this one, you can write group by order. You can go for this one also. Okay, so this is how we can get the monthly sales revenue order of the count. Next question. The next question is rank the employees by salary within each department. Okay, we need to write the rank. Here we can use the direct function, that is the rank function. Many times the many classes I have discussed about this rank and the partition. So you can use that one. Especially I have discussed for the interview point of view only. So select employee ID and department. Rank is a direct function. So simple it is. Over the partition of the department, as they ask us for the department, salary is descending order as salary RK from the employee also. This question is asked in the Amazon. Find the customer who placed the order every month in 2023. Okay. Further, select the customer ID from the orders, where year of the order date should be 2023. Here you get the year from the date. Group by the customer having the count of distinct format of the orders, that is year and month, which is equals to 12. Then if you get like 12, then nothing but every month they have placed the order. So like this we can write the query for this question. Now let us go for the next question. Next question is to find the moving average of the sales over the last 3 days. Okay. So select the order date. Average has to find out. So write like average of the total amount over order by the order date and the rows between 2. Because preceding the current row, then you will get the 2 rows as a moving average from the orders. Next question. Identify the first and last order date of each customer. So let us find the first and last, not it is data, it is date. So identify the first and last order date for each customer. Select customer ID, minimum of the order date, then you will get the minimum order, maximum order, that is you will get the last order. Okay, so we can use like this: minimum order date for the first order, maximum order date for the last order from the orders, group by customer. And this question is specially asked in the Uber. Let us go for the next question. The next question is show the product sales distribution per the percent of total revenue. Okay, something very difficult here. Here for the total revenue you can write like select sum of the quantity into price as a total from the sales. So here you get the total revenue first concept. You get only the total of the revenue. Okay. Here next select product ID from the sum of the total as a revenue and sum of the total revenue price from by 100 as a total. Then here you will get like a average, that is mean. I should not say average, we can write like a mean. Okay, mean of the total revenue from the sales. When you get the mean, then it's nothing but you go for the distribution sale. This concept we can write like distribution sale. Okay. Not only for the sales, you can use anywhere. That's why I'm explaining like this. So this is a distribution sale per percent. That's why we have written like into 100 by total. Okay. As revenue product and cross join here. Total revenue as a T, group by product ID as a T. And this question is specially asked in the company PayPal. Okay. Let us go for the next question. The next question is to retrieve the customer who made the consecutive purchases. So consecutive, that means at a time. Once again he is repeating. So we need to retrieve the data. So with the customer order date here, you have to use the lag so that you get the order date over the partition ID as a order date and previous order date from the orders. Select ID and order date so that you get the customer ID, order date and the previous ID, where you have to use the dated function. Day, previous date and the order date should be equal to 1. Then you get the consecutive purchases, that is a consecutive of the days immediately. Okay. Last question I'm discussing is to find the customer number of orders in the last 6 months. Okay. For that, it's very simple. Customer and customer ID from the orders, maximum order, date are added here. So month of the 6, we get the date. Okay. Like this, you go for the last 6 months. If you write +6, you go for the forward 6 months. This is the last question at this session. Okay. I hope you learned everything. Like at least you got the idea how can we crack the interview of the SQL. Go in the flow like how the companies are asking about the interviews. Not like learning the every question. So if you're attending the Amazon company, maximum Amazon company is concentrated on the customer. If you go for the Google, they asked on the employee details, but of course the column, whatever the columns they are asking, they're not at all in the databases. So generalized questions are asked in the Amazon. Like that, have a class about today, the SQL most important interview questions. I hope you learned something from here and maximum analyze how the companies are going to ask the interviews. Okay. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel for more updates like this. Okay. Thank you.